to another amazing day at fmtraining.tv, where we're here to discuss the fantastic and wonderful FileMaker and Claris platform, the mostly FileMaker. It's really close. Hi. There we go. Hello, everyone. We're here with the wonderful and amazing Nick Hunter, who is one of the premier developers, frankly, in the FileMaker community. He's really well known for his UI and UX stuff, but he also has a host of other really cool tricks and tips that he is here to show us. We greatly appreciate it. Speaking of which, if we go to the live stream schedule, you might notice that we are Nick inundated because he's been gracious enough to give us a lot of his time. So from Monday through Thursday, we're doing Nick stuff. For Monday and Tuesday, we're finishing out a complex filtering with conditional value list series. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be starting the advanced search using FileMaker refined mode mini-series, which will be very fun. Friday will be another open Claris platform FileMaker Q&A. If you'd like to support the channel, we'd greatly appreciate it. We got our FM Training annual subscription bundle. It is 100+ hours of really high energy video training content. I say that all the time, but it's really true. Everything is like in really animated, short, bite-sized chunks. So for people who are like, the streams are cool and they cover a wide variety of topics, they're not really hitting what I'm looking for, pick up the annual training bundle. That helps a lot. If you know nothing, you can very easily become a developer working on your own projects. So you go through and follow our series from beginning to end. So, with that being said, I think I've taken up enough of the intro time. Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, Marge. Thank you for the introducing, and thank you everybody for joining. Today is a new week, almost Christmas. Can you imagine that?
It's the year flew by.
It's oof. I didn't see it flying. But it's okay. We're still there and we do good stuff. So today we do the second day of this series of the filtering, searching, value lists. I like it because it's something we do a lot in FileMaker, right? But we always have problem, when we do filtering, because we don't know how to handle it. Do I do search? Do I do relationship? And it depends on many things, what you want to do. So here I show last week, technique that is pretty much based on the quick find, right? So I explain why. It's because you quick find, you can ask for many things, like a list of values, right? And you put that in the quick find, and quick find will do like like a multi-value search, which is not possible to do with the perform find. Perform find you can do only, I want to search this in that box, and this in that box, and this in that box, right? So, but it's not clear and it's not clean, okay? Because sometimes you want to search on many fields. You want to search many things on many fields. So you want to search on you will put I don't know, 95202, which is my zip code. You put 95202, but maybe you put 95202 and you want to find it in their I don't know, in her phone number, right? Or a zip code, or home address number, right? So say you don't know, so what is for? So you just want FileMaker to say, okay, you know what, search for anything in those fields, for anything that has 95202, not just in one field, right? Precise field. Right? You want to be like a conditional search, right? And sometimes you have two criteria. You want to look for Nick and 95202, right? And the quick find will just go to a layout, search on any field that you have on this layout, attached to quick find, and return the results. But I'm going to show you now a combination of two things. Okay, First is we have a poll with our, almost 10,000 records, which is not small. And we want something like this, right? And we want to search on a bunch of fields, not just one, because for searching on Polo, we have many techniques for that, right? But I'm going to show you in my opinion, okay, the unique and the best technique, because you can try other things, right? But you will see you will never have the results you want. Right? Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't, depending on what you put on the search box, the search critique. So I'm going to show you the technique, right? So let me share my screen real quick. So what we want to do here, we want to do something like this, right? So we have a poll with 8,000 records, and we want to filter that poll. Filter and search on that poll. So it's a filter, right? And we want a combination of many things. We want a combination of things like this, right? And we want to do now we want the concrete. And in the concrete, we want the so. Right? So you want to type something here, something like, something you type, something you select from a value list, and another thing you select from a value list. So we have three criteria. So if you do something like this, right, and you want to use the filter poll, okay, the photo filter, here's the problem you will encounter. Okay. Yes, this is easy. You want to search the type with the type, right? And you want to the type material. Then you want to search the category inside the type category, which is okay. So far, so good. But anything you typed in that search box here, you want to search on anything available, right? I'm saying anything available on the layout that is not pointing to this. So this is the relationship of that poll. But here you see, it's like I don't have a lot of things here, right? Well, I mean, yeah. So no, that's what I want to say. I have a lot of things here. So the search box that I have here, where I want that to search, what I'm typing here, right? Where I can have this search, right? On the new unit, under whatever, it's under the notes, the name, manufacturers, so the description, right? I want that to search on all those boxes. So we have techniques to do filterings, right? But you will always have something super slow for two reasons. First, this calc here will be a huge calc with a lot of cases and a lot of, okay. And we don't want that. Okay, we don't want, because that will be slow. You need to know something about the filter calculation. That's FileMaker will perform will evaluate the calculation on every single record he found in that poll. So in that case here, in the T106AC, Why is it? Oh, yeah, because I have a filter. So let's blank the filter. So on the T106 AC, T106 AC, I want to count those things. I have 8,500 records. So that means if you put a freaking calculation, really complicated, into the filter, FileMaker will run on every single record one by one and have the calculation made on every single record, right? 8,500 times. And we cannot perform that on server because it's the filter we put on an object, right? It's a filter we put on an object. No. So it has to be performed on the client side, but the data are not. The data are on the server side, right? So we have a constant back and forth of information. It's super slow because we do one by one every single record because that relationship returns 8,500 records. So the filter, so you say, okay, Nick, when you do the filter, I do it when I need to do something very simple and very quickly on very small amount of records. That means I'm doing it if I know I'm using the filter. I've never said I'm not using it. I never said you need to replace by something else. No, but you need to use it for what it was intended for, and not trying to use that for what it's not. Filter is lacquer. To me, it's a band-aid on the crack. Okay, but it could have some useful cases, right? But on this matter here, we have 1, 2, and 3 criteria, right, combined together. Unfortunately, filtering is not a good option. So, what is the best option for that? I want to remove. I don't want to use filter, but I want to filter that. So, and to do that with the 3 criteria that I have here, we do that with 2 combined techniques, right? First, we use a relationship. So the search happened, so the filter happened on the relationship level. This will do the filter. Last week, right, I show you how we can reverse the default behavior of FileMaker, which is on the relationship. If I have nothing in the box like this, right, it won't work. It will break it. It won't, because blank, FileMaker doesn't like it. But here I have nothing here, nothing here, and nothing here, and I'm still showing, data. So how would that be possible? I showed that last week with the 1 technique. So I'm not going to come back until we have question, and that way I will answer at the end. But what is the best technique now to get this working, right, without having difficulties? So let me open a copy of that file, of that layout, and I'm going to clean it to make it easier to understand. Let's put away the pollution, and let's keep going with the minimum. That I like. Okay. So that's my bare minimum. So the relationship here that I'm using free fields. I'm using free fields, right? All those fields that I'm putting GTRR for go to related records, which is in that case here is not really what it's doing, right? But still, it goes to records. You know, it brings records, right? So I'm calling that like this to show, to to display that that's what I want to do. I want to retrieve information, right? Go to related records, get related records. So I'm going to put those IDs right here, right? So the field involved the field involved in that relationship. Okay. So I'm using a global field with I'm using a field with a material type, material category, and material ID. Okay. So let's put that here. Here, and I think this one. No. Yeah. So a little trick here. You do this, boom, boom. See? So we do this, and now we can do it. Okay. So that's what I want, right? So that is part of the filter. And on the other side, I have on each record, I have an ID for the category. I have an ID for the material type here. And I have an ID for the material IDs itself. Okay. So this. So how I can do that, right? As I said, by default, type ID. You have blanket, but by default, oh, oops, I did a mistake. That's okay. I broke something because it wasn't the right fields. It's okay. I'm putting two, and I will fix it later. Okay, so this is not the right ID. This is the one I want. Which one I have? Material category, material ID, and material type. Okay. So by default, let's put that on the side. By default, I have ones, right? Because the one technique, I explained that last week, so I'm not going to go back there, but with this technique, you put one here, and the other side, on the other side, you have the ID and one, the ID and one. So this will return all records. That means it's like no filter, right? But what happened when I choose one? Yeah, so I need to go back to the original layouts. This one won't work. It's okay. Okay. Oh, I know why. Don't. It was working fine right now. Now it doesn't work. Okay. Oh, no, don't tell me this. Okay. Oh, which field? So maybe I have to group up, subgroup. I hope it's this. Yeah. So, so that layout will work. No, oh yeah. So let's do it again. Yeah. So when I select a type here, I have an ID coming here on the type ID. When I select a category, I have an ID coming here with the category. And so far here, right, I have no ID, right? I have no ID here in this one. So this one, let's reshuffle a little bit this. But this one here will return this one will return multiple ID. Okay. Potentially. Not sure, but potentially this will return multiple ID. So here I have only one because I have only one choice here, right? I have only one choice, so I have only one, ID because that's only one choice. But here I can say, I don't know, this. In that case, you return this, right? It returns a bunch of IDs. So, and then my relationship here works because my relationship says, I want this and this and this. With the one technique, the advantage if this is empty, it will still work. But this is empty, right? I mean, with one, show me all. Show me all the field with that relationship. Show me the relation, only the relationship with this and only the relationship with this. When you do a relationship with multi-predicates, that's what we call that, multi-predicate relationship, right? It will say, I need that to match, and that to match, and that to match. So to have results, you need to have for sure record. For sure you need to have IDs there. You have something. If you have nothing, it won't work. Right? So, but it will display only the related records with all the free matching matching the parent key and the foreign key. Right? All the records will show up only if they match this configuration. Right? So how I get this? So let's debug it. We have a P cells. So what is P cells doing? 1380. Show that last week, and I said I will come back this week. So I have only this, this, and this. So when I put something here, right? When I put something here, it will try to go to the server, right? And it will search for the thing. So let's try. So here we have the 13037, right? I am not going to do a perform suite on server. I'm going to perform that normally. because that will help me debug. So this is the way to debug a PSOS. This is going to be performed on server, but I don't want to perform on server. I want to perform the same what's the name, scripts here, but on server. So I want to just make sure that, T27, okay. So I need to go to the T27. I need to land, no, T26, no? Yeah. So I'm going to the new window in the T26, perform that script, and then close the window. That will simulate or perform script on server without to be on server. That's what we want. Because we want to be able to debug. If you do on server, you cannot. So I open a new window. I execute that script. So I have a script parameter, and the script parameter is returning those two things, right? But it doesn't need to be that are something I could work on, because we don't need that. So we can just return this. I don't need all of this. Okay, so let's do it again. So this search box is going there, it's doing a perform quick find on that layout, right? So I'm doing quick find on all those fields, right? And let's go see what the script parameter is. So I'm making a quick find on whatever I typed here. I typed Jack, So it's looking for on all those fields where it said Jack. So I have Jack here, Jack. Okay. Jack. Okay. So he found Jack on some of them. Right? So now that I have this done, right? Oh, I missed a step. So the quick find we perform on Jack. He found he found me. There are what's the name? All the Jack are records. Okay? And then what is doing here? So this is the most important one. I need to collect, right? So that happened on server, remember? Okay. I need to collect all the IDs of the material, all of those IDs of the material that he found. So I need the ID of 14 records, right? So I want the ID of those 14 records. How I'm doing this? I'm using a summary type field, right? Which is a list of, right? So what is doing? Okay, what is doing? Let's see what it's doing. Those are my ID. Yes, I have 14 ID for sure. If I said value count or counts, no, it's value count. Value count on this, I have 14. So I have the 14 IDs of those 14 records, right? The main ID, not the parent key. Okay. So I have those. But that happened on server, right? So now I want them back to me, right? So how we do this? So again, to the search, and now I'm using the list of, I explained that many times. The list is going to give you the list of the current found set on the defined field, on a given field. For example, here I have a summary field, a list of material IDs, this. So it will return the 14 IDs of this. If I have, so how this works, how this list of works. So if I go there, I say I want the list of this, I have 14. I have my 14 IDs here, right? Right? But what happens if I don't know, I ignore those, I have less, right? If I say show all, it's going to show me the 8,000, right? Right? So this is how list of works. If I say I want Jack, because pretty much the same, that's what I'm doing. I have 14. Perform quick find is exactly as going to the layout, putting something here, and executing a quick find. It's the same. That's why I have 14, If I use the scripts, it will say 14 because I asked for Jack. But if I go there and say Jack, no, not Jack. Jack, there's nothing. Okay. If I say Jack, it will return the 14 because it's the same thing. It's, perform quick find or clicking here and typing something that's the same. So now that now that I know how to get those 14 records, 14 IDs, I want to send them back to me. So what you do, you use an exit script step. At the end of the script, you say, okay, you go there, perform the find, and when you exit scripts, you collect the content of the list of material ID fields, which have the 14 IDs of this. When I'm back, so that happened on server. Okay, so that happened, I'm back. And then, right, I'm setting a variable. I'm doing a variable because it's easier, because it's easier to debug and stuff like that, but you don't, So I'm using the variable, so that my 14, I'm sure, if I do this, that's why I'm using variable, by the way. If I want to do value counts on the script results, say scripts results. Why is not working? Okay, my bad. So value counts under script results, I have 14. So I have back from the server through the exit script step, I have the list of ID that the list of ID fields returned to me. Now I have it in a variable, right? And now what I'm doing, I'm putting those 14 records, right? So those 14 IDs into a link material ID field, which is a field I'm using as a main key into a relationship. Remember? So let's go back to the layout. This one. Right? Let's say I have only one. Okay. So I have nothing here, and I'm typing Jack, and I'm debugging. Go to the server, perform the find, return to me the list of whatever. Why now? Maybe I did a. Why not? Oh yeah, 9. I know one. because I have this going on. I need to fix this. Hold on. I fix this here, but not here. Sorry for that, because I don't need all of this. That was okay. Okay. So I'm doing it again. So I'm going Jack. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to the server, perform the quick find with Jack. I'm exiting the script with a 14 ID. I exit, I carry on, there's 14 IDs. I put that in a variable and I set a field, this field, with my 14 IDs. Boom. So now, right, this field is part of this field here, is part of the relationship. Remember? I have those three. So now, of course, well, let's get rid of this because I want to show everything. So now, of course, my relationship works. So it will say, I want my 14 record, right? I want my 14 record. They are here. I have 14 records here because this is the 14 IDs. So we call that a multi-value relationship, okay? So you have a global field, you put many IDs on it, and you will find whatever the record on the other side, right? So demonstration. If I'm going there and I'm saying count on T106AC, I have 14 records. Remember, without, if I put one here, I will have 8,500 records, right? Counts T106AC. I have 8,500. But put that on the side. If I put that here, now I have 14 records. It's a relationship. It's a FileMaker relationship. So now where it gets interesting, right? Where it really, really gets interesting is that yes, but no. Yes, but no. I want Jack, but only the Jack with the material ID equipments. So it's no longer 14, it's 9. Because I want only the one with equipment. So yes, so you understand, you start to understand how it works. I don't try, in that type of construction, don't even try to do a search in one shot, right? Don't even try to do a search with Jack or the equipment, and I can even add, for example, miscellaneous. So now I have even less, you know. Now even less. I have 3. Why? Because out of my 14 record I found with Jack, only 3 has, of those 14, has this ID and this ID combined. I have only 3 that are equipment miscellaneous. I have only 3, if I go there, I have only 3 ID if I do this. Look at this. If I do So to show you the complexity of this, because it's not easy, I want to find Jack. So 14 out of those records. So 14. But I want to, what's the name? Weather constraint thing. Find mode. But only out of those 14, right? I want only the one with this ID material type. Where is the material? Link material type. Yeah, it should be there. Only this with this. And only this with this ID on the category. And I need to say constraints. So I need to do all of this. So I need to do the quick find first, and then to do a constraint, right? With those two criteria. So you see the problem here? So you have too many things to do, and that's slow. Instead, the idea is this. Let's FileMaker relationship do its job. I don't want to try to search. Search with multiple things is pain in where you will know. You know, you need to do the perform quick find with Jack, okay? And with Jack. And then you need to say constraint with whatever I have, you know, T26, whatever I have in that, and I want in the category here, whatever category, and I want whatever type, right? And do this, right? Okay. This is not good at all because it's super slow. You need to do this and do this, and then return, and you do that on server, and then you still need to do an exit script, right? And say you want the T26 list off, right? But why to do this? We don't need to do all this. We don't need. We need to get rid of this. This is totally unnecessary. What I want to do instead is doing the things simple, right? I select this, then I select this, right? Or this, right? So equipment miscellaneous, I have all of this. But if I tap Jack here, I have only 3 of them. So, because yes, he found all of this, you know, very quickly. You know, I don't even try to no. Don't constrain, don't do anything. You get all the 14 ID, but out of those 14 IDs, right? Only 3 of them has this and this in common. So don't try to do in one shot. Don't try to be smart. No. Go to the server, do the search, take me all the ID you found, and that's okay because my relationship here will do the rest. So now question.
We have, why do you use PSOS in this case and not local? Is it because you love PSOS or is it faster?
Why? What? This is local?
No, sorry. It was why are you using PSOS in this case and not doing local? Was it because you love PSOS or is it faster?
No, super fast. Let's do it, it's super fast. So let's do local, right? So first of all, I am not in the table where I want to do the search. I am not in that table. I need to go to another table, right? So this is how you do. Okay. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay, but you have some weird stuff, Okay, yeah. So you can have those things, but but I am in the churn, I need to go and go to the churn and So let's search for something else. I want comp. So I don't have pieces Okay, so it went gray and went back, and you have the spinning wheel. Okay, let's do something else. Let's say blown. When gray, boom, boom, you have this flickering thingy, right? So why you want this? No, I prefer, in my opinion, this. What we can do something here like mosh. Mosh. I prefer. It's your preference. If you want the flickering and stuff like that, that's okay. If you want a cheap Star Wars effect like this, okay. But I prefer, to have something like this. Okay, so we see nothing, and it's almost instant, and we don't have an. At one point, I got what's the name? Because I'm manipulating this since this morning, and so everything is in my cache. But you understand, right? So if I said I want bamboo, it's boom. I don't even have the spinning wheel. It's not coming, and I don't have the flickering. I'm going to the piece. I'm doing all the search on the pieces, all the searches, on server. Why you want me to have to do it? Let the server do it. And the question is, why not using pieces? Another question. So pieces is much faster than anything, but it's faster because I optimized everything. Okay, let me explain. I'm using a 227, a 20, I'll go back here. Type, okay. I have a T26 occurrence, right? A layout for search. So why that? Actually, I could speed up a little bit. Because I don't need, this. I don't need this. This was for my debugging thinking. And I don't need this neither. And I don't need the name specific. Neither I need the color. And I don't need the category. So just what I need, the description, the name, and the notes. That's all what I need to search on. I don't need anything else. So why doing this? Because less field you put on your quick find, faster it is. So because I'm using this T26 material, I'm using it for my debug. So sometimes I'm showing all the fields, all the fields, the IDs. This layout is for my debugging and it's for my stuff. But when I want a layout, a dedicated layout to use the perform find, the perform quick find, with a very limited number of fields, I'm doing this. I need on the description, I want to search on the name, and I want to search on the notes. I don't need to search on the IDs and stuff like that, right? So let's try, let's have a little bit of curiosity. So let's see, okay, panda. Right. So whatever we can say, ginger. Right. It's instant, it's instant. When I'm doing stuff like this, it's like instant, right? So it's really, really fast. Enviro, for example, Enviro. Okay. So I don't have spinning, I have nothing, right? You understand? So perform find so you need to optimize your perform find. You have a layout with a limited number of fields. The field you need, don't put what you don't need, right? You have your fields, it returns the ID, and then you use relationship to do the filter. So we have, let's say, I want carpentry, and I want barbecue islands, and I don't know, custom, for example. Boom. He found all of this with custom, but only 3 of all of these has this and this together. That's why it is fast if you try, because here I have only 2 examples, but I have filters where I have like 5 of those, 5, right? And then now I want to show you something that you might don't know, okay? Let's say I want to, what's the name? G. Okay, I don't care. This is categories, for example, right? And here in that popover, I'm going to put that field, but I want it to be a checkbox. So why doing this? So let's remove this. Okay, and let's remove this. Okay. So now I want to be able, in carpentry, I want barbecue and decking, right? And decking, right? So I want both of them, right? So I think I need to do a modification here because I don't think it did it. And fencing, decking, yeah, it was. So here we have the possibility to do like this. And try to do this with your perform find. Try it, and if you can do it, call me. I want, okay, to be able to say, I want to choose in carpentry. So here I have all the carpentry. In the category of carpentries, right? I want doors, fencing, lumber, planters. And in those, I want only the Windsor. Oh. they are all number. But so this technique here, you can have a filter with multiple criteria, with multiple filters based on value lists, and then you can do a multiple selection of the filters and have an open search box that will work. So for example, let's try to find something in common where we can have multiple. Let's say put something like this. So he found on lumber, only lumber, because the premium I have only on lumber. But I try to find something like something that I will have. Maybe I can find grade or something like this. A window. I'm pretty sure window we have everywhere. So he found so in carpentry and all those categories, he found wind on some lumber, some doors and windows, and another lumber. So you got the point here. So why that works? It's because I'm using a freaking relationship. I'm putting multiple IDs by selecting here. Is like you select here. If I'm showing that field without to be a value, it's just an open field. Okay. This is an open field. So it's a field like this, right? It's a field like this, and it's a field, edit box, right? So here, I want this one. It's, yeah, but it's the J selected material, yeah, because it gets the ID, So here I'm selecting the ID. Okay, so when I'm adding here, right? So clicking here, you add, right? So you have a multi-value relationship, right? So I don't need that field here. So you select multiple, it brings the ID for you, and here I have my main ID, and here I can just select what I want. I can type what I want, and boom, it will, out of all those fields, all those record here, only those has this and this in common, right? So question.
Question from David Angel. Type and category are global fields related. Search field content is used to search with quick find? Question mark.
Yes, only this one is I'm using for quick find. As I said, I have this. This give me locally. So let's clean this. Okay. So this is when I am empty. 111, it shows everything with the one technique. Then locally, without server, I have absolutely nothing happening here. This is without server. I have nothing happening. This is without server, nothing happening. I need a server because it's a free typing thing. So I need to go to a layout, do a search, and select a list of IDs to put there in to get my relationship to work. So I'm typing here like private, And here I have my perform find on server. I'm getting back the result. I'm setting the field, and now I have only one of it with this. On all of those are only one of this, because only one with this and this. Because this is a combination of three fields in a relationship. Only one of it here. This, and this. So, and it's and. Out of this, and this IDs, all of the three combined, I have only one that have this matching this matching this matching this, only one. Well, this is really, really powerful. You understand? Because we can do something else that will, blow your mind a little bit. You can exclude things, right? Let's say I don't want to search on this, right? I want to exclude those. Just you said different for, I want this and this matching, but everything I'm typing in, I want to get them away, right? I want to have a reverse filter. So what I want is this. Oops. System. Oh, yeah. Sorry for that. I need to go back here and go back here. Okay. I want to look for carpentry, right? Oh yeah, but yeah, and yeah, I want to do the demo of this, but I wasn't ready for it. So, but I don't want the jack. So I have all the one, but I don't have the jack inside it. It's a demo. I need to do a demo for that. The reverse. I will do that on the relationship or the upcoming 4-5 days relationship or kind of a webinar. So that's why I don't need to do that. But I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you how to play with this, okay, in a very smart way, where when this is coming, that the next one. Now we have the search on the next one, right?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm again being, when do you clean out the summary field list of?
I don't clean it. It's auto-cleaned. It's a summary field. Well, I don't need to clean. Why you want to clean it? The list of will build based on the found set. Like I said, like I show you. I have material here. Here, let's say I want to show, like, let's say this. I have 12 records. And my list of showing my 12 records, right? Proof of it. Value count on this. I have 12 records, right? So my list of is returning 12 IDs. The found set, right? The found set. But look at this one, the first one. If I remove the first one, it won't be 29 anymore. It will be 60, 26, because I remove from. So now I have much less, right? If I remove like this, now I have to. So the summary field is auto cleaned because it shows only what on your found sets, right? not the global. It's a summary field. It's summary fields. Okay. List of. It's a summary field. So it's like saying, oh, how you clean the total off, or how you clean the average off, or how you clean the minimum off. You don't clean those. They are summary fields. Yep. Another question if we have.
Nope, I don't think so. Oh wait, people want to know if you have the demo available for this, or you're going to share.
I will, because I need to extract this.
Probably say from tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow's the last day of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. It's I will. I need to extract because I cannot send that file. This file is almost worth $100,000. By the way.
Yes, that's a little.
Yeah, it's 2 years of work. Even more because we had the pandemic in the middle, but it's a huge file, and it was what is important to do here. I have 8,000 records here, so I challenge you, okay? I challenge you to do the same thing using perform, find, constraint, and all the things. If you can do that with this type of sophistication, right, and a free open search like this, that fast, with perform, find, constraint, and stuff like that, call me. Or the filter. This filter, because I show you, I have nothing here. Salts on the filter, I have absolutely nothing. Right. And that's it. So if we don't have any question.
People are typing, but no, there's no current questions. If you want to keep going, you can.
Okay. So yeah, so tomorrow we are going to explore it a bit. I'm going to explore the reverse kind of combining the reverse of this. Okay, so I will say search for this and this and this, but I want to ignore something, I want to remove, for example, less than 80,000. I don't know. I'm going to find something, to show their remove. Right. I'm going to try this. But tomorrow I want to show that because it's showing on Polo, right? But because this is the Polo, but we can have the same technique for found sets, searching on the current table, right? Which is different, but it's exactly the same technique.
I think we're all good on that end. So
okay, yeah.
Thank you very much, Nick. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and have fun.
Yes. Yes. We will see you tomorrow, right?
Yes, of course.
Of course. Excellent. Thank you, Gus. You've been a giant pain in the butt, the whole thing. Sorry, my cat is a menace. Have a good one, everyone. We will see you tomorrow, hopefully with less cat problems. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!